Hi guys, how are you doing? Um, I've been pretty busy for quite a long time. Someone reached out to me and was like, "Oh my God, I've been hearing your historical discussions on YouTube, and I have no answer to that because I have been soaked with a lot of activities, traveling for conferences and doing some online discussions and thereabouts. I just returned from a journey in New York. I went to Bronx, and I'm always, concerned about traveling to Miami next week and something like that. So, but I have no excuse to give, but definitely I'm gonna launch in a new discussion probably next week. Yeah, next week. So that we can engage ourselves in a lot of activities and also some things that have kept me moving in terms of what I've been through, or particularly academic perspective, historical discussions, what I've been putting you guys through. So I'm gonna relaunch it next week and also give you a kind of a scenario rationale behind the activities I have been moving through. But most interestingly, or interestingly, the trends in Nigeria has characterized a lot of historical sphere, especially the back and forth of Dangote refinery, the NNPC, and the federal government. I have many reservations about that. I have many concerns about that equally, and it keeps me thinking. I was in Texas last week, and Texas, a state in the United States, has 32 refineries in a state, and nobody is saying it. The state owned refineries in Texas, but here in Nigeria, I'm not taking sides with Dangote or something like that, but here it's a Nigeria perspective that a man built single-handedly, because I know that he has also opined in the air that he paid $100 million to Lagos State government to acquire the land. So that means nobody can say he gave, or he or she gave Dangote something that he didn't pay for. I'm not, citing him or talking about monopoly or something, but actually there should be a kind of applaud to this same man for constructing such an edifice, I must say, in refinery. So how do we pay back on such thing than to drag him? And I read on X this morning about Gabon president inviting him to kind of invest in Gabon. So the kind of news we hear from Nigeria keeps us thinking where we are going, or what we tend to do from there. Particularly the government of the day, people are about to stage protests or riots or thereabout. The currency today is around 1,580 per dollar. The hike of commodity in Nigeria is something else. Inflection. I was on a talk with my mom a few days ago, and I was screening that an egg is 250 per egg, and I think she said a cup of beans should be around 400 or something. That's alarming. I think we should get away with all these back and forth governance. Nigeria, to all I know, and I run into conclusion when I arrived to this space. All I know, Nigeria has all it takes to be great in terms of what they do, in terms of aspirations, in terms of what we do, even here in the US. Kind of what we see every day, every time, have been parts and parcel of Nigeria, making wings everywhere. So us dragging the middle class down, or the rich, or the comfortable, or the poor, or whatever, kind of aggravates the mind on protest, riots, mayhem. People are President Tinubu is already urging the youth not to carry out protests. Orji Okalu is saying the same thing. Hope Uzodinma is saying the same thing, urging the citizens not to revolt. But the essence of all this is that if people are keeping quiet in all this, well, we're not calling for a revolution in Nigeria, no. But what we are saying is that the government should wake up. Wake up from some of these things happening in the country. Wake up from spendthrift. I think the president just signed over a supplementary budget of trillions of naira. That's not fair. It's not fair. We can do better. We can do better by cutting down the cost of governance. Yeah, it doesn't make sense every time we are hammering on the same thing. People buying exotic cars, even individuals having lots of policemen and military agencies around him or her walking around the streets is quite discomforting that people move around the streets with police, an individual in a particular setting. So there are a lot of things that needs to change, not only from the governance, but also from the populace itself. Recently, I engaged in a research on necklacing, which is about to be published by Oxford University Press. So, but the angle I'm trying to defend, or the angle I'm trying to wing the research, is that this weighted system, or people I tag a weighted age between the ages of 16 to 40, are always curious, asking questions: what, why, and where. Why are we here in this country? How are we here? What brought us here? What is the next stage to go? And when all these things are not answered, or are not given a viable answer to these questions, what do you expect people to do? What do you expect them to do? Is crazy. So there are lot of things we need to consider, lot of things for we to redress our steps, for us to cut down some of these burning thoughts of protest, riots, revolution. It doesn't make sense. We can do better. So I'm urging all of us to build an empire in our homes. When I mean empire, I mean, let us come together in unison. Let us come together thinking on peace, harmony in our state, Nigeria, so that it won't degenerate or degrade more down than it is currently. So I'm here saying we can do better, and I'm gonna see you guys next week. Thank you so much, and do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I remain Matthias Chokode Isiani. Thank you all the way from Philly.